we welcome in our Green Bay neighborhood reporter, Andrew Amouzou, now filling in for John Miller tonight. Happy to have you with us. I know you're a football fan, Bears fan.
Growing Green Bay's name, room by room by room. I'm your Green Bay neighborhood reporter, Andrew Amouzou, with an exclusive look inside the man and brand that's putting respect on Green Bay's name. And it's the love for the game that's breaking barriers and creating relationships for people of all ages. The Dillons say outside of just hunger awareness, another pillar of their foundation is to simply help families across the region. Military Avenue is just a short drive or even steps from where the NFL Draft campus will be. But some businesses feel the close proximity may be more of a headache than help. How a small step towards success ended up being a giant leap in Kaukauna history. Yeah, Nina, not any rain that we have felt so far. It is still pretty mild, but the thing that we're feeling right now is there's a whole lot of wind. And I'm from the Chicagoland area, nicknamed the Windy City, but the city of Amouzou, less than 4,000 people here, this is feeling like the true Windy City. And it's very evident right over here, simply in these trees over here. And as they prepare for the NFL Draft, they'll keep selling plates like these, filled with the flavors of Chicago that they say will hopefully draw those anticipated big crowds to the downtown area. And obviously it's light over there, but if you just simply turn on this side of the street, it is getting a lot darker over here. And even in our travels over to the city of Amouzou, it was getting a lot darker. And Beth says phase 1 will begin the last week of April. Here you go, Parker. Which will consist of gutting walls and tearing them down before large playground equipment rolls in towards the beginning of summer.
So Amouzou, we could quickly say, because he knows moo, zoo.
I like that. She said moo, zoo. That was really cool. As for the draft prospects, she said that Tetaroa McMillan was one of the names that needed some extra reps. I'm Andrew Amouzou in the Pier, and I spoke with businesses who say whether it's auto parts or raw materials, consumers may feel the sting. Carl, when I first got here, investigators were analyzing the reason behind a house fire that turned fatal. Now, they say it happened at this house right over here that neighbors tell me belonged to a full multi-generational family. And this area right here, Paula says, will be the center's new front entrance. And just a few steps ahead into this room, you would enter one of the main office spaces welcoming new visitors to the facility. When I first came to Green Bay back in 2023, I had to figure out so many things, such as finding a place to live, fan favorite restaurants, local gyms, churches, and of course, a barber shop. And like many newcomers, I was introduced to Imago Dei Barbershop and Stars Barbershop, two very prominent shops across town, but I also realized the special impact both are having in serving this Green Bay community. For Albert Walker, it's another day built around precision and perfection.
I've been doing hair ever since, man, I was real little. But I've been cutting since 1988.
Growing up in Chicago, Walker says his family's history in the hair industry inspired him to continue the legacy.
It gave me something that I love doing. It gave me satisfaction. It gave me a way to become an entrepreneur. Taught me a lot about life.
Moving to Green Bay in 2001, Walker cut hair out of his basement, and as business grew, he opened his own shop in 2016 called Imago Dei.
It means image of God.
Today, the shop has two locations, one on Broadway Avenue and the second located inside Bay Park Square Mall.
I use barbering to advance my serving. To serve this community is an honor.
And just 3 miles down the road, Chris Kimbrough, on the same mission, bridging his craft with the community.
It all started with one pair of clippers, literally.
Also growing up in Chicago, early barbershop experiences gave birth to what he calls something he was chosen to do. And it all starting by asking his mother an important question.
God just gave me this mind to just want to just ask her to buy me a pair of clippers. And normally she wouldn't have got it because we couldn't afford stuff like that. That was unnecessary at the time. But she got them.
After moving to Green Bay in 2013, he opened Stars Barbershop and Beauty on the city's west side, also in 2016, and soon expanding to 4 more locations, one on the east side, one at UW Green Bay, St. Norbert College, and the Boys and Girls Club. The rapid growth and influence earning him a spot in the Packers Hall of Fame Museum.
You can't complain about what's on your plate when your whole goal was to eat. I have to remind myself that it's not just about me anymore. It's about my family. It's about the kids. It's about the community as a whole, the city, the state.
Kimbrough and Walker say it's a service they're passionate about, establishing an environment rooted in culture, community, and conversation. Something Cordero Barkley of Titletown Tech says is the essential core of the barbershop.
Just the connectivity that happens in the barbershop is like none other. You know, you leave out with a fresh haircut, but you also usually leave with some new perspective. And that's always valuable.
And even extending to the green and gold.
I'm just coming around to Green Bay and actually having, you know, cultural black people around and things like that. You know, it just adds a little more, you know, to just being here.
Even though Green Bay's black population stands at just below 4%, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, Kimbrough and Walker say they want their impact to expand beyond the 4%, being an open door for anyone and everyone in the community.
I get to actually play a part in something purposeful and something that's going to be a blessing to someone else.
It's not just about cutting hair and making some money for the weekend. Barbers are here to change lives as well.
And both Chris and Albert say as cuts continue, so do ideas in expanding business and extending their reach to the next generation. In April 2024 and April 2025, I took part in Sunrise Elementary School's Career Day, educating the students here about what I do on a daily basis. At this year's visit, I met Mr. Dean Lamers, the school's gym teacher, and learned just how much these students here are making a difference in the lives of many across our area. What started out as a quiet, empty gym
have a seat right here in this open space.
Quickly changed.
Happy Kids Heart Challenge Day!
Kids Heart Challenge Day, an annual event where students learn and support heart health through fundraising and fitness. And at Sunrise Elementary, this year marks year 25 of the challenge.
There we go.
Physical education teacher Dean Lamers has led the way in spotlighting the mission.
Yeah! What's that?
It's a microphone.
For what? Oh.
Did you wave? You didn't even wave?
There.
Throughout the day Friday, students participated in a variety of activities. This year, the students raised more than $26,000 towards vital research and educational programs through the American Heart Association. But for Lamers,
4, 5, keep going.
This year's event means something more.
It saved my life. It's extended my life big time.
In late October, Lamers underwent surgery after experiencing heart health complications. The surgery proving to be life-saving, and Lamers was cleared to go back to work in January.
I still, to this day, cannot really fathom or believe that it happened until I look in the mirror. Right. And then I see the scars that were left, and just the way it is.
Because we don't really understand the impact that he's had on his greater community.
Corinne Jewett of the American Heart Association says Lamers' innovative surgery was a result from research and treatment funded by the students.
His recovery time of bypass surgery was significantly less than even a decade ago someone having that same surgery would have been.
Third grader Claire Baker says it's all about making a difference.
I think it's important because we can actually help them so they don't suffer and they can actually go to their homes and spend time with their family.
It's crazy how generous they are, not even knowing the people that it affects. And now they actually have someone that it affected and it helped.
And Lamers says that this year will also be his last here at Sunrise Elementary School as he looks forward to spending more time with family and friends. He says that he hopes his story inspires people to get out and get tested early and often. It was a unanimous vote from Green Bay City Council that now allows the Green Bay Police Department to inform 7 businesses across our area that business is on the verge of shutting down.
All in favor will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
New developments in the city's push to crack down on unlawful service at Green Bay massage businesses.
It sends a good message that we're not tolerating prostitution in Green Bay.
District 11 Alderperson Melinda Eck has led the charge in holding massage and spa establishments accountable and following city law. Tuesday night, Green Bay Police provided city staff a list of 7 businesses facing a number of violations that they believe should be denied license renewal. Violations among the businesses range from unlicensed therapists to sexual advertisements on illicit websites. The businesses in question include Dream Spa, Day Spa, East Spa, Sunrise Spa, Moonlight Spa, Green Bay Spa, and Cherry Spa.
We want to make sure, once again, that we're being fair to everyone. That's why we're doing a very thorough check on everyone. making sure that our checks are consistent with everyone.
Lieutenant Steve Mahoney says the Green Bay Police Department received $20,000 in county funding, in part to conduct what he says were random checks on massage businesses before the NFL draft.
Patience is what I would say to the citizens of Green Bay, and thank you for being patient with us.
Council's vote to move forward with denying license renewal gives police permission to send a notice to the 7 businesses that they'll have 10 days to appeal the city's decision. Prior to the meeting, I reached out to each business over the phone, some leading to disconnections or voicemails, while others featured owners pleading their innocence via Google Translator.
我这个公司注册的刚刚1年，我没有做什么违规的事。
My company has been registered for just 1 year and I have not done anything illegal.
And when speaking with Green Bay Spa, located on West Mason Street, they said the business owner didn't even live in Green Bay.
Chicago. Oh, the owner of the business is in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I believe that as we, kind of push these establishments out of Green Bay, they'll get the message and they won't come back.
And City Attorney Lacey Kochard tells me that if an establishment appeals the decision and a quasi-judicial hearing is needed, then the plan is to have those take place within the next 2 City Council meetings.